everybody, welcome back to the Escentual. Erin here to make another cold process soap. This is going to be another custom order. I just made one. That video was up last week, so if you haven't seen that one, I highly recommend you take a look at that one. It turned out really nice. I really like it. I think you will too. So today we are doing something a little bit different than the last one, especially as far as color scheme. The fragrance that I'm using today is going to be Lilac Blossoms from Nurture Soap. You guys, this smells so good. It smells just like lilac essential oil. It's very nice. There is a little bit of a difference. If you held the two up next to each other, I could probably tell you which one was the essential oil and which one is the fragrance, but there's not enough of a difference for me to sit here and tell you, oh, this is what's different about this versus that. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, I have some titanium dioxide and a little bit of winter white mica from Nurture Soap in my base oils already. I also have my fragrance oil in here already. This is a floral, but Nurture Soap says no acceleration and no discoloration. The no acceleration is a little bit strange for a floral because they almost all accelerate at least just a little bit, especially rose fragrances. If you've been around for a little while, you probably saw my mishap with the last rose fragrance that I tried to use. It was a disaster. It was pretty bad, but I made the most of it, so it worked out just fine. I'm hoping that this one will stay nice and fluid for us. Now, this soap today is going to have a lilac colored vase. I will try to insert a picture of lilac flowers somewhere around in this area in case you've never seen one like I did with the honeysuckle. But a lot of the lilac pictures that I saw, the flowers had an almost grayish purple color to them, and I thought that that was really nice. They're very pretty, very interesting looking flowers. A lot of people really like lilac, so we'll see what we can do. Now, for the colors that I'm going to be using today, the base is going to be the lilac color, and then I'm going to have an accent white swirl. So the main color is going to be Purple Vibrance from Nurture. My absolute favorite purple. I'm almost out of it. You can see how much of this that I have used because I do love it so much. It's so sparkly. I know it's hard to tell because there's not a whole lot left and the lighting in here is awful, but if you're looking for a good purple that doesn't morph, because a lot of purples do, I highly recommend this one. And actually in my last video, I used this one. This is Silver Mist Mica. This is that silvery grayish blue. It looks blue to me. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments below. Do you all get a little bit of a blue vibe from this? I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I am going to dilute the purple with titanium dioxide to get a good color to represent a lilac and try to not make it look so much like a lavender. And then I'm also going to add some of this gray because it comes across as gray in cold process soap, I promise. It does not have any sort of blue sheen to it or any sort of hint of blue. It comes across as a very nice slate gray color. So I'm hoping by mixing the two, I can get a really nice grayish purple going on. We will see what happens, but without further ado, let's jump right into the making of this soap. That's as much mixing as I am going to do. I have a slight trace going on here, and I think I've mentioned before, when you add titanium dioxide to your base oils, to your entire batch of base oils, it can make it really hard to tell if you have reached trace properly or not. So just give it a quick stir, a quick hand mixing to make absolutely sure that you're not going to experience any separation, that you have got everything good and incorporated. Otherwise, you're going to have an awful, terrible mess in your mold very quickly. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Ooh, it's thickening up quite a bit. It's probably because I let it sit there for a second. So let me give this a good stir. I don't see any separation happening, which is good, and it is thickening. I think I just said that, but again, that could be because I overmixed it, trying to make sure that I didn't undermix it. So I'm going to pour a little bit off, not a lot, for the white portion of the soap. That is actually just going to be an accent swirl, if I can manage it with the way that this is going, because it is thickening quite a bit. So I'm going to move fast. I'm not even going to bother getting out my little measuring scoopy thingy there. So let's give this a quick hand mix. Whoop. And also get powder all over the table, because that's how we roll around here. There you go. It's pleasant, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I just got purple into my white. Fantastic. So this is thickening up pretty fast, but I just got a really good idea. I was scraping out the little bits that got touched by the purple mica in here, and you can see it's pretty thick, it's not moving. But as I was doing that, I noticed a really cool effect, and I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to get a marble effect with this soap. I don't know if it'll work. I'm going to plop some of that white in and sort of mix it around. Try not to mix it too much so we don't completely lose the white. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I completely run out of the white. We'll see how this goes. This might end up being atrocious, or just really boring, or maybe none of the white will come through. We will just have to see. So as I am very carefully mixing this in, thought I would talk. My sister and I are planning a trip towards the end of September. We want to go to Salem, Massachusetts, and that's because we are both obsessed with Hocus Pocus and all things fall and Halloween, and we think it would be really, really cool to visit. So if you happen to be in that area, or if you have been there, I would love to hear from you. It's going to be the last weekend in September. So let me know if there's any cool things that we should do while we're up there. Or if you haven't been there and you want to go, let me know. What's your dreams? Okay, so I'm just going to spoon this in because it is very thick. And hopefully that will also help keep any white swirl we have going on. I do see some peeking through. Hopefully it doesn't mix up too much. Even if it does, this is a really nice purple, a steely gray purple, which is what I was going for. It may or may not be true to lilacs, but I did see one picture at least that looked very similar to this. So my fingers are crossed. I'm going to have to bang the heck out of this thing on the floor to make sure that I end up with as few air bubbles as possible. It's thick, but it's not so thick that I can't work with it a little bit. So, And again, I don't know if that's from the fragrance oil or if that is from me over mixing it to try to avoid under mixing it. So we will have to see. Now I'm just going to sort of tap this down into the mold. Let's just keep piling on as much as we can, because why not? We can make it a high top if we want. We do what we want. Now I'm just smoothing everything. We're sort of coaxing everything into the middle here so that not a bunch of it flies off onto the floor when I bang it down, which I'm going to do right now. Okay, so now I did have some air bubbles pop, so hopefully we got them all. If not, hopefully whatever is still in there is not horrible. So let me see, what do I want to do with this top? I think, I don't know, you guys. Decisions. But I need to do something before it sets up too much. Maybe I can sort of not really build it up too high with the spatula, but maybe I can do something. Let's see what we can do. And hopefully we end up with a little bit of white swirls in there, just for a little bit of an accent. But if we don't, we don't. And that's fine. It would just be nice. Not really liking how this is going, so I think I'm going to scrape some of this off. Just level it off completely. Okay, so I'm actually going to dust the top with some glitter, because why not? Just to spruce it up just a little bit. I love this glitter. It's from Nurture. It's a biodegradable glitter. And if I can find the name of it, if they still make it, I bought this quite some time ago. I think it's called Eclipse. Or maybe that's a more dark purple, I'm not sure. But I will put it up on the screen, and this does go everywhere, so keep that in mind. I'm going to give this a pretty good, generous dusting. I'm also going to give it a quick spritz with alcohol. In my opinion, this sort of helps to dissolve the glitter a little bit, so it creates more of a sheen on the top. Some people will actually pre-mix glitter and alcohol and spray it on the top so that they end up with a sheen instead of just little glitter patches everywhere. Either way is fine. I just happened to decide to do this bit last minute. So, that's all I'm going to do there. Now, I have these molds. This is a 12 cavity mold from Brambleberry. And I have glitter all over my table now. Glitter and alcohol. Whoo boy. Okay, so I have this 12 cavity mold from Brambleberry. And it's a little bit dusty from some bath bombs that I made for some family. So I'm just going to wipe some of these cavities out real quick because I have some extra soap left. And my mom loves Lilac, so I would love to give her a bar of lilac soap. Might not be a full bar, but I'm gonna try. Okay, let's bring you all in for a close-up. So this is what we ended up with, a very glittery on top lilac soap. Let me zoom in here so I can maybe get some of that sheen on there. And of course in this light, it's not gonna look the best, and the top does look kind of strange because of the texture underneath, but I think it's gonna make some really nice bars when it's cut. And hopefully we'll see some of that white shine through. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm not gonna bother showing you the small bar that I made for Mom because it's not even. That's just how it is. It doesn't have to be perfect. It'll clean her. It smells like lilac. So that's all that I have for you all for this portion of the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Would you have preferred that I've done something else? How do you think it's gonna turn out? Comment before you see the cut portion of the video. Stick around, that's coming right up. All right, so we are here to cut this lilac blossom soap. I'm super excited about this one because this purple turned out exactly the way that I wanted it to. I'm so excited. Sorry, I've got some soap bits on my hands from pulling it out of the mold. That's fine. But it turned out exactly the way that I wanted it to, even though the top isn't necessarily ideal. It's fine, it works. And I think, I'm pretty sure, just by looking at the outside, that I might have gotten that white marbly effect that I was going for unintentionally. So I'm really excited. Let me show you all what I mean. Now, because this thickened up, if you all can remember, it did thicken. It does have some very light air pockets on the edges, but hopefully the inside will be pretty solid. But look at that. Do you all see that marbling? I love it. And then there's the top, super sparkly. Now, this is an eco-friendly glitter. This is indeed the Eclipse glitter from Nurture Soap. I have seen people ask before. I couldn't find the comment, but the glitters that I use, and really the glitters in any soap that you're going to ever use, they are not going to stay on your skin. They are purely for pretty. There's no other reason. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm really excited to cut into this one because I'm really hoping to see some marbling. And I'm glad that it will come out that way if it does, but also at the same time, it might be kind of hard to replicate because it was kind of an accident. So we'll have to see how that goes. But let's do our first cut. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay. All right. So there's the back side. A little bit of mica there. And there's the inside. Ooh. Yes. That is perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. There is a little bit of an air bubble there, but it's no big deal. Look at that. Look. It looks like marble. That is awesome. And then the top. Yes, I'm so excited. I've been trying to get a really subtle marble effect like that for a while. It usually just comes out as a normal swirl, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited, but I'm also sad because I'll never be able to do this again if I try. So, ooh, look at it. I know that the shadows make the drag marks seem really over exaggerated. I promise. It's so strange because I'm looking at the screen on the phone that I'm recording with, and I see the drag marks from the soap cutter, but I don't really see them on the bar. That's very strange, but look at that. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You'll have to tell me what you think in the comments down below. Should I try to do this again or not? So there's one side and then the other. Ooh, see, that one's even more subtle. Now see, if I turn it towards the light, you can't really see the drag marks at all. But if I turn it slightly this way, you can see them. Look at that. I really, really, really like it. I think it goes very well with the top. I think that this turned out super nice. There's no giant air pockets in the middle or anything like that, at least not so far. I've only cut 3 bars, so we'll have to see. I might have just jinxed myself, but okay, I'm getting excited. Okay, so there's one side and then the other, and I spoke too soon. There's another air bubble there. Gosh darn it, but that's okay. It's not super duper deep. It looks deeper than it is on camera, again, because of them shadows, but so there's the top. Sometimes air bubbles happen, especially when you get a fragrance that accelerates. So, I mean, you just gotta roll with what you get when it comes to soap. I mean, it's just how it is. I personally think that air bubbles and imperfections and things like that really bring out the charm of a handmade soap. I mean, you're not gonna get a soap that looks like this at Lush. It's both a good thing and a bad thing. Okay, so there's one side, and then the other, and the top. Oh, look at that shimmer. Yeah, let's get it close up here. Yes, sir. There's glitter on my wire. Get off of there. I actually need to try to take this thing apart and clean it really good. It's just about that time. So there's one side. A little bit of an air bubble there, but that's fine. I like this one too. And the other. Ooh. Yes. I really like this. So there's one side, then the other. Very nice. That is not a hole, that is some purple mica that's unincorporated. The top. There's one side, and the other. Very lovely. I like the edges too. Like especially on this piece where you can see that marbling on the edge. Ooh, so pretty. Anybody else up there, or out there I should say, just really obsessed with marble? I love marble. Marble pattern, I love it so much. If it was up to me, so many things in my house would be marble patterned. So there's one side, and then the other. Ooh, that one's interesting. And then the top. And here is our final bar with the back there. That, I think, is a stain that the soap actually picked up from the mold. I used the same mold that I made the pine tar soap with, and it did stain the mold a little bit because when I'm touching it, it's solid. It's not like a pocket of fragrance or anything like that. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it, but that is all that I have for you all today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you like this soap? Do you hate it? Do you think I should do more like it? Do you think this was a total failure? I mean, just let me know what you think. I like hearing from you guys. Tell me about your day. Just tell me about anything at all. Just say hi. And if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Please subscribe and hit that bell notification icon to get notified every single time I upload a video. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.